Hi, it's Peg and Des on
Basketball Wives!
Okay, Basketball Wives. Once again, foolishness from beginning to end.
Yes.
This show, I'm still not sold. Anyway, before we dive in, want to remind you guys, please subscribe.
Yes.
Please rate our video and tell us what you think in the comment section. We love to read your comments.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we need to open by talking about Evelyn receiving counseling from her daughter, Shaunie.
Okay.
Shaunie looks to me like she is exhausted with her mother and this whole story.
So am I, Shaunie. So am I.
It's like when you have a girlfriend who went through a breakup and the first 9 conversations you're sympathetic, the following 20 you're still all right. By the time you get to that 30th conversation, you're like, girl, if you don't go somewhere and sit down.
I mean, if I hear Chad Ochocinco's name one more time on this show, and I know I will, I love Shaunie though. Shaunie for president. I love the girl. She just is calm, cool, and collected, listening to her mother ramble on.
Absolutely. And
she gives her good advice.
Yes.
I like her. How's she living? What can I know about Shaunie? What's Shaunie up to?
You can check out the online gossip rags because they have pictures of her. I think she does some kind of King magazine type modeling.
No, King? No.
I mean, they pay too.
I thought she was gonna be classier than that.
They get paid too. I'm not gonna toss any shade in their direction.
All right, whatever, Shaunie. I still love you, girl.
Let's talk about Tami and her bipolar syndrome.
Tami keeps telling me she is a changed woman. That she is really working on getting past some incident in the past, but I don't even know what the incident is. I keep meaning to get more down low on that, but whatever, she's changed. And yet, she continues to threaten to beat people up.
Even during counseling. The woman on the couch is talking to her, what are your triggers? And Tammy's like, I don't like hands. I use my own hands, but I don't like other people using their hands. This is going to bother Tami. So the doctor says, well, what's the big deal with the hands? And of course, we learn that it's because her mother used her hands in speaking to Tami.
Right.
And it takes Tami back to her childhood, which seems like it was absolutely horrendous.
Yes.
So
yes. I guess that's why her mother can't die in her house now.
Well, let me tell you, when Tami was sitting at that cafe with her daughter talking about her nail polish,
yes.
And they were talking about naming some of the polishes after the daughters, and Tami says in the confessional, I should name one of the polishes after my mom. I wanted to be like, you should call it hospice.
She was like, I'll think about it.
You should name that polish hospice. Girl, what you wearing? I got that good hospice on. Tami is a mess. And we're going to talk a little bit about the table incident. But before we do so, I want you to tell me why your girlfriend Tasha decided to open a business but not be ready to open. Go. I'm listening.
There's nothing there. They had the bar. It's a weed bar. They had the bar. That's it. The place looks like an abandoned warehouse.
Drywall. Concrete floors. Generators. Puddles.
But that lady was like, don't worry, it'll all be done in a couple days.
In 2 days. The opening is in 2 days. What I could not understand is, for you to be an investor in a business and quietly invest in it, whatever if it fails because you lose your investment, that sucks, but you move on. But for you to be an investor in a business and to put your name, your face, whatever brand you think about creating for yourself on the business and throw an opening in your name, why would you not at least go buy the business and see how things were going?
She said the lady had kept telling her a couple of weeks. It'll be done soon. I think she'd been checking in.
Checking in how? You never went? She lives in New York. The business is in Brooklyn. That's lazy. That is certifiably lazy.
Didn't somebody last night say something about the fact that Tasha shouldn't be in any kind of business? I thought I heard some kind of comment.
That was probably something in your head. That she shouldn't be in any kind of business.
Maybe.
I can't wait to see next week if there's actually a weave bar opening. But you know what I thought about? Do you remember on Real Housewives of Atlanta a couple seasons ago when Sheree decided to release a fashion line and didn't have any clothes?
Yes.
And she decided to do the show anyway and put up sketches of the clothes that she was gonna make. And Dwayne was like, what's this terrible fashion show with no fashion?
So you think we're gonna see a weave bar with no weaves?
No weaves. I was thinking that.
But they have to have, she said it has to be an opening. It's been announced. It has to happen.
Right, come see the space where the Weave Bar will be located in the near future.
Right.
Right. We have to talk about Shaunie because Shaunie is doing Shakespeare plays.
I don't understand. Why is Shaunie all of a sudden a producer of plays?
Because that's the next logical market. I mean, you take a whole bunch of people that like foolishness, watch it on television, and say, let me bring it to a city near you. And just do a play.
Well, we found out her man wants to part of play. He's like, how you gonna put on a play and not ask me to be in it?
When I was watching those people on the stage during the rehearsal or tryout or whatever it was, I was like, oh Lord, it's one of them plays. DEM. Dumb plays. Everybody overacting. Yes. Everybody doing too much on every line. Mama, where are my clothes? It's just everything was just too much.
Hey, it's a Tyler Perry production. That's clearly Shaunie's role model.
And they call it the wives of basketball. I love the listen, Shaunie, when it comes to New York, I'm gonna make sure to bring Peg.
Oh please. No.
I will absolutely bring Peg.
I will not be there. But what about the boyfriend? I love that the boyfriend's like, she's like, I've never seen you in a play. And he's like, it's just like the movies.
Which you know none of.
Right.
Which you know none of. I saw you in that McDonald's commercial, young boy. Anyways, let's talk about the table scene because things got live at the table.
Yes. So Tami comes out once again.
Yes.
It could go right. It could go wrong.
If I hear that phrase one more time, you got one more time.
You planted a bad seed.
Oh wait. Not only did you plant a bad seed about me, I'm about to water it.
Right.
And I'm going to make sure it grows into a sycamore tree.
Right.
Because her behavior at the table, don't put your hand up.
But see, the funny thing is, she's coming for Shaunie, but Shaunie's not having it.
Not at all.
Shaunie, I love it, because she still says what she thinks. She's like, this is really not that big a deal. You need to relax. But Tami, she's not letting Tami rile her up, get her into the estate, and so she turns her attention to Evelyn.
Well, the thing
who does play into her crap.
The thing is Shaunie had the world's most valid point. Your past is your past, but it informs your present, and you were the one that chose to act a fool. Right. When Shaunie said that, I was really surprised because Tami really didn't have a lot to say about it. Her behavior in the past has been foolish, and when, she, like you said, she turns her attention to Evelyn because Evelyn put her hand up.
Right.
That little hand.
And Evelyn, rather than take the high road like Shaunie, continues to antagonize Tami by continuing to put the hand up.
And she also calls her a very nasty name.
Yes.
Birds are going to be birds. That's all I just have to say about that. Tami hops up like she's about to pop Evelyn in the face, and then Shaunie does what she said she was going to do last week.
Right.
Let me tell you what you're not going to do. That's what you're not going to do. We're not going to have this in here today. Right. Tami has a seat. All returns to normal until we have to discuss Tasha's propensity to talk about headbutting.
Oh, I did feel bad for Evelyn. Even though I hate Evelyn, I felt bad for her because I didn't think those jokes were appropriate.
Tasha said the second incident where she was talking to Shaunie and how she wanted to headbutt her contractor or whatever. She said, I just made that comment. It wasn't a big deal. But while we're on the subject, I want to let you know, you're going to see some film of me also making a joke about you wearing helmets on dates.
Yes.
And that's when Evelyn really broke down.
Yeah, I felt bad for her because she had a point. She's like, look, maybe if this was a year from now, we'd all laugh and joke, ha, helmets, whatever. But this just happened to me.
Right.
I still have the scars. I had surgery. I'm still dealing with this emotionally.
Not to mention the fact that Suzie was just on the beach telling her sad sob domestic violence story, and then Evelyn looks over and she's like, oh, domestic violence is funny to you.
Yeah.
So that was sad. Evelyn hops up from the table. Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't particularly care about that. I want to know if that weed bar is going to open. That's what I want to know.
Tune in next week. Let's see because it's the soft opening.
I love a ghetto business. So let's find out about that next week. Make sure you come back next week to watch our review of the show.
That's right. Subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
And rate the video. Give us a thumbs up. And
make sure to watch the videos on our channel. All right.
Bye.
Bye.